ladies and mostly gentlemen. Today we're going to take a look at Exiles Reach, which is the brand new player experience coming to the game in the Shadowlands pre-patch. We're going to look at the Alliance side today because the Horde side is not currently available. But before we get into all of that, I just want to thank the sponsor of this video, and that is my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to check me out streaming the Shadowlands Alpha every single day, twitch.tv/MrGM. Okay, so this is obviously a little bit late. There's probably a ton more videos out there of this already, but I wanted to wait for it to process a little bit more, to have some more voice acting and stuff like that. So yeah, we're basically just going to play through it. Essentially, I'm going to kind of skip a lot of the boring bits like killing stuff and whatnot, and just kind of get down to the story and show off all the cutscenes and whatnot. So let's just jump into Exiles Reach on the Alliance side. Alright, so it's given us a little bit of a tutorial. It says position your hands like this.
Recruit, step forward. We're approaching the island.
Okay, look around. Nice and easy. So what's cool about this is it doesn't actually have the map or anything like that. I think it unlocks it through doing the questing. Okay, so let's talk to Captain Garrick.
I need everyone in top form if we're to complete this mission. Show me what you can do.
Now obviously this is designed for brand new players, so obviously it's going to be a little bit simple for a player that's obviously been playing the game for a long time, but for new players I think this is a really cool thing, kind of showing you and pretty much just holding your hand throughout this entire beginning experience.
Good. Next? That's odd. We weren't expecting rain. Private Cole will run you through the rest of the drills. I need to discuss this storm with the helmsman.
Okay, so spar with Private Cole. We still only have one ability here. That seems fairly easy. A little bit more voice acting missing, but there is already some voice acting, actually. I remember when the alpha first came out, this was one of the first things I did, and there was quite a surprising amount of voice acting already in, so I was pretty happy to see that for sure. But obviously this will all be voice acting once it's out. Alright, so open your spellbook. And we have charge. How wonderful. So yeah, let's turn that in and see what's next. Find Captain Garrick inside the ship. Oh,
everyone below decks, now!
Alright, a little bit of a storm. Okay, so we crash landed on this isle called Exiles Reach, which is actually off the coast of Stormheim.
Are you injured?
Okay, so it says recover 6 first aid kits from the Murlocs.
Murlocs are dangerous in large numbers. Take back our supplies, but avoid fighting too many of them at once.
Okay, so fairly easy, just kill 6 Murlocs it seems. So yeah, fairly easy quest to do to begin with. I think what's cool about this area is it actually takes you through pretty much every type of quest in WoW, which is really cool, especially for brand new players that don't really understand a lot of it, because obviously now in WoW, like, you don't see a lot of like the vehicle quests and stuff like that till pretty later on, so there is some cool stuff in here for sure. Alright, level 3 and a nice easy quest. Just to collect those first aid kits and just run down here. It says open your spellbook to see your new ability. Look at that. That's a cool little animation. It's a cool little animation. One thing that's interesting actually is that you don't get talents. You're actually called an initiate warrior or any sort of class whenever you level in Exiles Reach, or 1 to 10 pretty much. You have no real spec, and before on the alpha you could just keep going with no spec. I'm assuming they've fixed that now, but yeah, essentially you just kind of get like a lot of the abilities. Alright, so it says use the first aid kit on the soldiers here, which again is another example of showing you how to do another quest, which obviously is one where you have to just...
Nasty storm. It must have hit the first boat too.
Obviously just showing you to heal up NPCs. Fairly simple quest, but again, this is designed for brand new players to the game. Yeah.
Don't worry. We'll find the expedition.
And that's all done. Okay, so search the nearby camp for expedition survivors. So let's run over to...
You three, scour the island for any sign of the expedition. Recruit, you and I will scout ahead.
Again, these big, awesome arrows just showing you where to go and what to do and whatnot. Obviously, this new quest marker as well, as you can see, does show you exactly where to go, which is really cool. And that has been retrofitted to older quest zones as well, like Northrend, Outland, etc. So yeah, that will be super helpful for new players.
Greetings, friend.
Okay, so get 5 raw meat from wildlife around the abandoned camp, then cook it on the campfire. Fairly simple.
Of course I did. He's my son. But more than that, he's a soldier of the Alliance. We leave no one behind.
So the story kind of starts off with Captain Garrick's son being kidnapped by some ogres, it seems. So that's kind of the initial story of this zone, and that's what's been going on. And there is more voice acting for Captain Garrick, so it does kind of sound like sometimes she's just talking to herself. But there is other characters involved here, as you can see with the chat log. There, but as I said, not all of the VO is in yet as of this alpha build. All right, so another ability, and it just shows you, yeah, you can put that on your bar, number 4. Look at that. I love that. I love that little animation. That's really quite neat, actually. All right, so that's all done. So we just have to run over to the campfire and cook it all up. Fairly simple. Again, just kind of showing you different ways to do questing. In this pretty early point of the thing. So as you can see, we've got the 5 meat, and then you just got to right-click this, another mechanic that we haven't yet done. And nice and simple.
May the
Eat
light
first,
embrace
Ilaria.
you.
You need your strength.
Blessings upon your family.
Okay, so this next quest is actually really cool. It's called Enhanced Combat Tactics. This is different for each class. Obviously, I'm playing a warrior right now, so it'd be custom to a warrior.
Recruit. Quillboar are far deadlier than Murlocs. You need to be ready for the dangers ahead. Charge towards me!
And as you can see, it's saying use charge. So yeah, as I said, it does change per class.
Good. A warrior should always charge into combat. Slam will spend some of your rage to deal damage. You can slam. Charge at me again to close the distance between us. Always begin your attack with a charge.
There you go, drilling it in early to those new players. And we're just got to wait for charge to come off of cooldown. And there we go.
Fine work. Charge will build your rage and damage your enemies. Always use it to start a fight. One last time. Charge.
So yeah, it's very similar to like the class trial thing where it does show you how to play your class. But as I said, this does kind of swap around per class.
One last time. Charge.
You also get a class-specific quest later on down the line, which obviously we'll get to any bit.
Good. You're ready to face the Quillboar. Let's get our people back.
Okay, hand that in and
Good
go on to the next quest, which is Scout Northward to find Austin
Do not
Huxworth.
lose faith.
We'll head north and rendezvous with the others. Ilaria, recover your stamina before pushing forward. I've never given up on any member of the Alliance. I'm not about to start by failing my son.
Okay, Austin Huxworth is a Worgen.
No time for dallying.
So it's just showing you an example of different multiple quests. As you can see, they're kind of glowing there, which is kind of neat. And as we're just going to pick those quests up
We
to
must
complete.
face our fears.
Let's go. Those monsters have my son. I know. I raised him to overcome any challenge.
Okay, so this is kind of showing you obviously hostile NPCs as opposed to the non-hostile ones we were attacking before. And yeah, there is actually a rare over here as well, which is obviously showing players like, oh, there's a star on the map. What could this mean? You know, sort of thing, which is kind of neat. So yeah, you just got to come in here, kill 7 of them, and then kill the boss NPC, which is obviously just kind of a standard quest format of World of Warcraft. Okay, so let's take on the rare, the Ogre Overseer.
With ritual, no sacrifice.
And as I said, it's just kind of showing new players, like an example of like, oh, this is a rare, you know, this is a silver dragon, it's on the map as a star. There's also a treasure on the map as well, which is kind of neat, and that does give XP in this zone.
Sacrifice for ritual.
So we hit level 5, we've got a new spell that's probably going to show us, yep, drag that down into the bar there, which is obviously Victory Rush. Very helpful ability for low-level warriors to get that healing off. And we're going to see what the rare dropped. And he dropped absolutely nothing. What a shame. Okay, so we finished the quest there. Oh, it's saying you found new gear. Now, it's a little bit bugged there, as you can see. But it's saying you've got some gear. And, oh, there we go. Look at that. Now, nobody ever has equipped a gear like that, probably since 2004. But, you know, it works. It works. Okay, so we've got to take on the big boy over here. And save Lindor
Intruders!
Springstock.
You will be our next sacrifice.
Unfortunately, there isn't any VO for Lindy. As you can see, he just kind of ran off. So I knew the Alliance would rescue us. Let's get out of here. So we're going to run over here to the next questing area where we see the dungeon. You do like a level 10 dungeon over there called, I think it's the Darkmoor Citadel or something like that.
He was right.
What a great
Now,
view.
where's the rest of the expedition?
Hey! Alrighty then.
Greymane will lead us to victory.
Need assistance?
Okay, so it's saying we've got more gear, showing us that we should do that, but I'm not going to do that because, you know, we don't have 10 hours.
My, you're a tall one.
So it says use the Scoutomatic to find Henry Garrick. As you can see, there is a ton of undeads over there, so obviously you have to use the Scoutomatic to fly up there.
Off and away. You have a great day now.
Okay, so let's jump on that. And there is some pretty funny lines here, but unfortunately, there's
It
not
has a
voice
camera?
acted.
Then why does anyone need to be up there?
As a backup, of course. So yeah, we're just scouting the area.
Quiet. I see something.
The full force of the Alliance will rain down upon you.
We have to stop the sacrifice. But it would take an army to get through all of the undead. We don't have any other choice. My son's life is on the line.
So as you can see, Alpha B Alpha cutscene is a little bit work in progress. Obviously, Henry Garrick's hair is obviously also a little bit work in progress.
Can I help you?
But obviously, these will be fixed by the time we roll into release. Okay, so use the Resizer 9.0.1, which is obviously a reference to Shadowlands, on 3 wandering boars. So nice and easy. Walk up to the boars and use the Resizer. Interestingly enough, there's actually no tooltip on the boars. I don't know if that's something that's intended, but as of right now, there is no tooltip on these boars. I have reported a lot of these bugs through my many playthroughs of this area. You can see there is obviously some issues with the boxes here. They're a little bit off the screen, but obviously that's a little bit of a bug, but it should be okay. And there we go. Just got to use that 3 times to test it out, and then go speak to Captain Garrick again to get the next quest. Okay, so it says ride the giant boar to destroy the undead army.
We'll deal with the army. The rest of you, push forward and set up camp once we've cleared a path.
Okay, so this is your first example of a vehicle quest. As you can see, you've got the giant boar here, and what we're going to do, we're going to jump on it, and we're going to trample all of these undead here, which is going to be super fun. As you can see, you just get that 1 trample ability, and you just slam through them.
I knew you'd save us.
What a wonderful quest. So much fun. All right, cool. That's
Something's
done.
happening to the boar. Hang on, recruit. We've dealt with the undead. Now let's finish off that necromancer and save my son.
All right, so we've killed all the undead. Now we've got to get Torgok.
Good riddance. Let's go check on Henry.
And level 6. And a new ability. What do we get? We got shield block. How wonderful. Alright, so let's go see Henry Garrick. As I said, hair is a little bit work in progress, but yeah.
We have to rescue my friends.
We've got a new sword, which looks like that.
Be careful out there. Mother, I'm sorry. I tried to fight the ogres, but they were too strong.
Henry, always remember that you are more than your mistakes. Now, Private Garrick.
Yes, Mother.
I want a full
Captain
situation report.
The ogres are using necromancy. They need sacrifices like us to fuel their magic. They're about to start a ritual that...
Then we need to move quickly. Recruit Private Garrick. The Alliance never gives up hope. Even in We'll put a stop to these rituals before the ogres can complete them. Let's go.
So yeah, a lot of the cutscenes are a little bit work in progress, but yeah, looks like we've got some more gear. Just going to put that on, brand new sword. Now the gear you actually end up getting throughout this zone, I believe, is just recolored Warfront gear, which is kind of cool. Obviously it represents the Alliance. I would imagine the Horde are also going to get their Warfront gear as they level up, but yeah, so that's kind of the example gear that you get. So this next quest is actually pretty cool. It's called Stocking Up on Supplies. Now what this does is it shows you how to use a vendor. The reward for this is a 10-slot bag as well. As you can see, we do not have many bags right now, so we do obtain them through the zone.
You need something?
Just like that, right-click an item to buy it, grab the Alliance tabard, and then of course just sell up everything that we need to sell. But yeah, pretty cool, nice and simple. Just shows you how to use a vendor, which I think is quite a nice little thing for sure. There we go, and then a ton of brand new quests opened up. Now, as I said, there is a specific warrior quest here. There is one for each class. You do learn an ability from that. As you can see, we have Execute here, which is Speak to the Strange Ghost on the Darkmoor Bridge, which we will do in a moment.
I shouldn't have left Ironforge. Hope you make it back in one piece. Alright, let's see what we can find.
Alright, so let's do this next quest, which is to go into a cave and kill some spiders, I think it is.
I think we can say we found something. I just want to get back to the mainland.
Each day is a blessing.
What I like about that actually is when you like click him and stuff like that, he does have specific lines which are related to Exiles Reach, not like just the generic like dwarven ones or anything like that. So that's kind of neat.
Good health,
Good luck.
long life.
Those survivors are counting on you.
Okay, so we're in the cave now. All we got to do is obviously just clear out the spiders and rescue the trapped expedition members. So nice and simple, not really too complicated. One thing that's interesting about this zone is you're never really in danger, which obviously in Retail WoW, especially with leveling these days, you're not really in danger that often anymore, but I think maybe showing a player something, I don't know, like maybe a big elite or something like that, that might be too dangerous for them to take on, could be quite beneficial, so it doesn't feel like, you know, so they don't come out of this going, oh man, I'm invincible, I can run up to anything and kill it. Maybe that's something they could learn on their own, but I think it would be kind of cool to have like a big, like, I don't know, ogre or dragon or something like that running around the zone, just so like, oh man, yeah, you know, you need to avoid that, you know, kind of like your Fell Reaver or something like that from TBC, but I don't know, just a suggestion. I think that'd be kind of cool to show new players that they're not invincible. Okay, so that's all done. Just do all of those.
Is someone there? Help! Elune, guide them to me.
So what was kind of neat about that is all the cocoons kind of took you down the cave. They weren't just like randomly sprouted around. It was kind of like a nice path to bring you to this point, which is obviously to kill the kind of end boss of this cave right here and save this expedition member.
You saved my life. Allow me to return the favor. Hop on.
There we go, the cave looks like it's exploding. We're going to jump on the druid travel form there and get the heck out of here. A pretty cool visual actually of the cave exploding behind you as you run away on the druid travel form. That's actually really cool.
You did a good job saving those people and dealing with those spiders.
Alright, that was a little bit buggy, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, I guess you could see it that way. You were just telling me how much you hate spiders.
Yeah, it is a little bit weird having the kind of one-sided conversations, but obviously once this is all done and voice acted, it's going to be pretty wonderful to play through for sure. But I think it's pretty great already just to see some of the voice acting though, for sure. All right, so Henry Carrick.
You're a true hero. Watch out for ogres. Keela and I will scout ahead. We'll meet you to the north, just outside the Harpy Den.
Okay, so they want us to do the Harpies. Let's go and do the warrior quest called A Warrior's End. So we have to speak to the strange ghost on the Darkmoor Bridge, which is just up here, and there'll be a strange ghost to speak to. Okay, so it's a ghost.
Is there no one who can grant me glory in death?
It's an interesting voice.
Have you come to challenge me?
Okay, so
End my suffering. I seek my final death.
So it's a pretty cool little quest to show you how to use Execute as a warrior.
End my suffering. Yes, let us fight as true warriors.
Alright, let's get him. Now I'm going to imagine that he gets down to 1% and then you can't kill him until he uses Execute.
And end this death at last.
And there you go, nice and easy. You get to use Execute now, you get to learn Execute, and it gets to show you a little bit of how that ability works, obviously working underneath 20% on an NPC. But let's run over to these Harpies now and see what we have to do up here.
It seems the Harpies are holding one of your people captive.
That's Meredy, our mage. We have to rescue her.
Alright, showing you again that they can give you multiple quests, which is kind of neat, with some new rewards.
Stay away from dark magic.
Come, speak with me.
Let's deal with those Harpies. I just hope Meredy is okay.
She will be. Come on.
Okay, fairly simple quest, just to kill some Harpies, burn the totems, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, just do that, and then you do have to rescue one of the mages of their expedition as well, but that's a little bit further down. There's also a rare in this area, which we will try and kill, and we'll see what we get. There's also a chest as well, which we'll go and grab. To see how much XP we get. Now, you're meant to finish the zone around about level 10. It doesn't actually scale, so you can't just level from 1 to 60 here. It does actually have a hard cap of 10. So once you get to around about 14, you stop getting XP from stuff. But yeah, so and there's no collection either, so we won't get like a story of some guy who's leveled up through like mining or whatever. There's no professions in this area. And there we go, 500 XP and some expedition healing potions and some random junk as well, which actually sells for a gold at level 7. Good lord. Okay, so the rare is a Ogre Taskmaster. We're going to take him down. Should be fairly easy, only 180 health.
Bring you to boss.
It's a nice introduction to a lot of the different kind of hostile races of World of Warcraft, Harpies and Ogres, Quillballs, all that good stuff. So yeah, I kind of like that.
Counting on me.
And we got a bag, nice, 8-slot bag. Our bags are fully filled now. Okay, so now we have to rescue Meredy, which is a dwarf mage. See her here, having a real bad time. Okay, I'll fight the Harpies. Let's break her free. So this is just another example of a different type of quest where you have to obviously fight off NPCs while something else happens. Essentially like a timer of some sort, you know, like they're casting a spell or trying to get out of a situation. Which is kind of cool. So it's just showing you different like waves of ads and how to handle that. Which is obviously a type of quest that we do get quite a lot in World of Warcraft.
Hang in there. I'm here to help.
Keep fighting. I'll heal you.
Have something huge is headed this way.
We can beat it if we fight together. For the Alliance!
Alright, here comes the big boy. The final wave of ads is this thing. Bloodbeak. Again, another examples of one of the few NPCs we've seen actually doing some abilities, kind of showing you that you have to get out of that. There wasn't actually anything on the screen to prompt you to do that. I think that'd be kind of cool if they did show you that. Like, you know, get out of the swirlies or get out of the fire or something like that. You know, they could make a cool little joke about it. I don't know, just another suggestion. Alright, so let's get out of here. All 3 quests are done. Nice feeling it's going to be going down there, handing all those bad boys in. But let's jump down there and hand them in and see where we're at. We're actually level 7 at the moment, so we're getting close to level 10. We're not actually that close to the end, though, which is super interesting. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But we do have a few more quests and a few more areas to go through before we get to the end.
I'll try my best to help.
What's on your mind? Off with you.
You're a true hero.
Okay, so return to the Alliance camp and speak to Captain Garrick.
Ogres. The captain will be thrilled. Let's get back to camp and deliver the good news.
Okay, so we've just been slowly saving a lot of the expedition. Now there is a quest over here for the from the light spawn. Now this is a cool little quest. Maybe an example showing players that there is, you know, quests off the beaten track, and you don't always have to follow the story exactly. But we do have a little light spawn over here, which has a neat little quest for us to do. And it gives you light speed, which is 10 minutes, a 60% boost, which is actually super handy for this area. Now you can actually use, if you're an existing player, your heirloom mount. In this area, obviously mount skill comes at level 10, so if you do have a class that gives you a mount at level 10, then obviously you can use that. But as a warrior, we'll have to go to Stormwind once we finish all this and grab riding training. As you can see, nice and easy quest. Just click on all of the little platforms here. Nice and easy. Just run around in a circle and click them. There we go, cool little animation.
How can I be of service?
There we go, a 10-minute run speed buff, which is obviously very, very helpful if we don't have a mount. And we are super speedy. Look how fast I am right now. Speedy, speedy boy. So we're going to put on some of the new gear that we got as well, which is kind of neat. And as I said, it is a recolor of some of the Warfront gear, I believe. Not new appearances at all.
We saved Merity. All thanks to this recruit.
Good work. Now get some rest. We'll find the others soon.
There we go, new legs as well. As you can see, we're slowly building up the set here. I think it's one of the like super low PvP sets from Battle for Azeroth. Okay, so we have to meet Captain Garrick outside the Darkmoor Citadel.
Recruit, you're with us. The rest of you, stay here while we head to the Citadel.
Okay, so as we run up, you can see there is another little quest that's popped up here saying Danger Sign. So this is another example of showing you that quests can be obtained through different means. For example, like a sign. So you can see that we get suggested players 5, defeat Killclaw the Terrible. Now this is obviously an example of a group quest. This used to be soloable when I first did it. I don't know if this is going to be soloable still, so let's give this a go. If it is, then that's probably not okay. Obviously, when the Shadowlands pre-patch launches, it'll be fine because there'll be a ton of players around, but you know, a couple months in, how many players will be running around this area? I don't really know. You can't come back here. So once you've done it once, you can't ever come back here, so it's not like you can have a friend come in and help you with that quest. But yeah, this is a recommended 5-person quest to kill Killclaw the Terrible, as you can see. Okay, we died. So it's showing you how to die, which is good. Yep, that was completely intended, guys, just to show you what it's like for the tutorial to show you how you die. So that's how you do it. Just sends you back to your body. You got the new marker here to show you where your body is, and as you can see, nice and simple, showing you that you can resurrect. So let's actually kill it this time. And there we go. Perfectly doable. Yeah, so that was a little bit hard, obviously not a healing class here being a warrior, but probably doable on other classes as well. And as you can see, we have hit level 9 and we've obtained our first pair of shoulders, as you can see. Now, a lot of the complaints I saw online was that the gear looks too epic for this level. I think it looks fine, honestly. You're a recruit, you're kind of a low-level Alliance soldier. I think this is kind of perfect gear. I think originally it was the white version, now it's the grey version, which I think is obviously a little bit less epic than the previous one. So yeah, I think this is a good choice for sure for kind of low-level gear. But obviously comparing it to something like Classic, where you don't get shoulders till God knows when, it's not a good comparison. But with retail these days, you know, people are running around with heirlooms that look like tier 1 and stuff. So yeah, what's the harm? Okay, so have Merity transform you into an ogre, then scout the nearby Ogre Citadel. So this is an example of another type of quest, which seems to be the running theme of this, which is transforming and running into different areas. So let's see what happens.
All right, recruit. Just act like an ogre and get us inside the Citadel.
Don't use big words. In fact, don't say anything at all. Just smile and wave.
I really like this. This is awesome. So we're now an ogre using our weapons. As you can see, a giant sword there. Looks awesome. We just got to run in here. All of the ogres have become friendly.
More sacrifices. Go to cooking pit. Wave at Gorgoth. Show what you got.
Keep moving. Let's see what we can learn about the ritual.
What do we have here? All the sacrifices we thought we lost.
Okay, so it's showing you how to type a message, which I think is a good little example there. So there you go, little wave.
Take them to the back. We'll seal them with the wardstones like we did their leader. It is time to complete the ritual atop the Citadel. Then all will bow before us.
Now there is an optional option here, as you can see, /dance. So if you do /dance...
This one got some moves. You dance good.
Recruit, I think you're taking the ogre act a little too far.
I love little things like that. It's just phenomenal. Okay, so let's run over to the entrance to the Darkmoor Citadel, which is the dungeon of this area.
Captain Kelra! No, no, no! How can we break these seals?
There is always a way, Henry.
So we're close to stopping all of this. We just need to push a little bit further. So it says recover the wardstone from Jugnut, Wug, and Grunk, then use it to free Captain Kelra. Then we get a couple more quests.
We have to rescue my friends.
Then we get a couple more quests as well, which are involving
Great to meet you.
killing random ogres and, of course, destroying catapults. Just a group of 3 quests that all involve this little area here. Nice and easy. You know, you just got to kill 8 ogres, kill the 3 boss ogres as well. Fairly simple. And conveniently, all of the boss ogres are just kind of chilling in little houses. So, yeah, there's just 3 of these to kill.
Wug.
As you can see, you're killing Jugnut now. It does do a few little abilities here and there, just got to avoid those. But fairly simple, not exactly, you know, not like that terrible bear, but
Me get smashed.
fairly simple just to pick up the different stones from these. And here are the 4 catapults that we do need to destroy. I think on launch day, on the pre-patch, it's going to be pretty nuts around here for people playing through it for the first time. But I think it should be fine for the most part. I would imagine a lot of it has got like different phasing and whatnot, or dynamic respawns or something like that to make it so it's not an absolute catastrophe of non-respawning things and whatnot. So, yeah. Okay, so that's all done there. We just got one more ogre to kill.
Sacrifices for killing.
Then we'll run it back over to the instance, and that should finish us up for this little area right now. We also have a chest up here, so we're going to go pick that up and see if we get anything nice. Maybe? There's a sleeping ogre. I don't know if he's going to wake up. There we go. Just a load of crap. But it's all vendor trash. We've actually got 1 gold 53, if anyone was wondering kind of how much gold you obtained through this. Yeah, 1 gold 53 as of right now. We're level 9, just about to hit level 10. Probably hit level 10 from finishing up all of these quests. And we'll see where we're at. And then we have the solo dungeon, which is super cool. So the way that works, essentially, you can do it solo, or if you have some friends you're leveling with, you can also do it with them. It's a dungeon that you will never be able to go back to. It's just a one-time thing. It is actually a real dungeon with a couple bosses and some loot. But as I said, you cannot go back to it as of Alpha. Now, they might change that where low-level characters leveling normally might be able to join you in the dungeon, but as of right now, you can only do it the one time.
Welcome. Keep your feet on the ground.
I'll try my best to help.
So there we go, new gloves. Then we just got to disable these wards right now to free Captain Kelra. And this meeting stone also does not work. So if you're wondering about summoning your friends, not possible, unfortunately.
Arcanon Poros.
There we go, level 10. So, complete the dungeon Darkmoor Citadel and you get a helm for it.
Long life.
This is just showing you how to use a dungeon finder now. Obviously this comes up, find a group, must select one role. Okay, that seems like a bug. And there we go. We'll have to report that. But yeah, as you can see, just kind of tells you wait for players while it searches. You can see all of this spam from all the unlocked dungeons, obviously a bug. They haven't really figured out what they're doing with dungeons as of yet. So as you can see, the Darkmoor Citadel has popped up, so let's go enter that. And when you do the dungeon on your own, you actually group up with Henry and Captain Garrick. So that's really cool.
Let's move. I'll draw the ogre's attacks. The rest of you focus on taking them down.
I really like that a lot. As you can see, we have queued as a DPS. Captain Garrick will tank, and Henry will heal, which is actually really awesome. And I think, I don't know if they're using the smart AI or anything like that, but they are kind of quite intuitive. They know what they're doing, and I think it's kind of a cool little thing, especially if there's no other players leveling at that time. So yeah, it's a cool little thing, and it shows you how like grouping works and whatnot. And as you can see, you're getting healed by Henry Garrick as we go through the dungeon here.
We've almost cleared the room. Keep pushing.
This place is full of necrotic energy. They must be close to reanimating the dragon.
Now, the eagle-eyed viewers here will notice that this is actually a section of Highmoor, which they've used for the Darkmoor Citadel here, which, yeah, why not? I think it looks okay, actually. I think it actually looks really, really good, honestly. Like, why not reuse it? If it works, then why not? And as I said, there is 2 bosses here. You've got Tunk and you've got Gorgoroth.
That's one of Gorgoroth's top lieutenants. Can we really defeat him?
We haven't come this far to quit now. Recruit, you lead the attack. I'll charge in after you. I'll keep his attacks focused on me. Henry, you heal us up.
Understood, Captain.
Don't know why she wanted me to go in first. She's the tank. Does have a few little abilities here. Nice and easy. Just got to avoid those. Fairly simple. As you can see, Henry Garrick healing us up just in case we need it. And Captain Garrick tanking it absolutely perfectly. So we're just going to move out of that. There we go. Awesome. There we go. Tunk is defeated. And he drops some loot.
No time to waste. We've got Gorgoroth cornered.
He dropped Tunk's little Wampa. It's a stick. It's actually a one-handed mace, so we can actually equip that. Kind of neat. And as I said, you don't ever come back here, so that's pretty rare. It's going to be pretty rare.
There's Gorgoroth, and the dragon he's trying to reanimate.
Puny vermin! You will not stop the ritual! Not after all we have done! Ravnir will destroy you all!
Now, everyone, for the Alliance!
I think it's kind of neat having a dragon pretty early on in gameplay. I think a lot of people do play fantasy games, really, really do like dragons, so it's pretty cool to attack one, or at least see one. Okay, yeah, that shouldn't have stood in that, but whatever. As you can see, Captain Garrick is getting low.
We will be the final sacrifice!
No! Nothing happened. I think we stopped it.
Here we go. Here comes the dragon. Look how awesome he looks.
Don't give up! We can still win!
Fairly standard dragon abilities, wing buff it, you know, some breath or whatnot. And there we go, we get our very first trinket. Check that out.
We've done it! The ogres and their dragon have been defeated, and the storm is cleared. Recruit, speak to me when you're ready to leave the Citadel. We need to find a way back to Stormwind.
And there we go, that is the Darkmoor Citadel, which, as I said, only a one-time thing.
Look!
Pretty
Alliance
cool.
reinforcements!
Wild Hammer. There we go, we've got our helm. And 50 quests complete. I don't think that was 50 quests, but whatever. Okay, so ride the Alliance Griffin to Stormwind, so there we go.
Excellent work, Recruit. Hop on a Griffin and fly home to Stormwind.
And that is actually the end of the Exiles Reach section. Now, there is an extra little section in Stormwind, which we will take a look at, which does introduce players to a couple different mechanics of World of Warcraft, which are obviously super important. But for the Exiles Reach section, that's pretty much it. I really like it. I like the fact that they do have, like, you know, different examples of questing and different, you know, types of quests and whatnot. Even right now, as we're flying away, the ogres are like running in fear and stuff. That's just awesome. And as you can see, the big Alliance airship coming in to save the day here. But yeah, Exiles Reach, for sure, a lot more voice acting is required. But yeah, I think it's a good experience. So as we fly to Stormwind now, we do have the final section of the new player experience before we jump into, well, a new player would jump into Battle for Azeroth content, but old players can jump into any content they want to do. There we go, flying into Stormwind City. What an awesome visual for sure. There we go, meet with Lindy Springstock in the city gate.
Feel free to explore the city with Lindy while I report to King Rin. I'll send word once we have our next mission.
Now, Lindy is the gnome that we actually saved very early on in the new player experience, so it's kind of cool. This quest, however, needs some changes. It needs some changes. Now, we'll get into it in a minute, but honestly, it's one of those quests that I really do feel like it needs some adjusting. So let's just let's get into it, and I'll show you what I mean.
Pleased to meet you.
Okay, so speak to Curly at the stables in Old Town.
Seeing you.
So it wants us to use a city guard, which I think is a cool little aesthetic there. Just got to click him, and then obviously go to the Old Town stables.
Be careful.
Now, speak
Can I
with
help
Lindy.
you?
Now, this is an escort quest,
You have a great day now.
but very, very frustrating. Now, if you go too far from Lindy, he stops. At least that's what happened last build. Now, I haven't done it in the new build. They might have changed it, but beforehand, if you get too ahead of him, he'll just completely stop, and it's very, very frustrating. But they could have changed it. Now, hopefully they have, because I'm telling you, it was infuriating. He would run too slowly, he would stop all the time, and if you go off the beaten track or whatever, he would just completely stop. But it looks like Blizzard have done well, and it looks like they've actually fixed it, so ignore me completely. No, okay, never mind. Never mind. Yeah, so you see what I mean? I mean, he can see us, so we have to run all the way back and pick him up, and then he walks slowly. Yeah, it's a little bit frustrating, and I hope they do change that. I don't know if it's intended. It's hard to tell sometimes if that is intended. I guess one thing is that he does kind of run at my speed. He's a little bit slower, I think, as you can see, where we kind of lose him a little bit, but for the most part, yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but definitely better than it was, but it's still doing that frustrating thing where he does actually stop completely. So as we move into Stormwind now. Sorry about the jitters on the screen. That actually happens just randomly on the alpha for some reason. I'm not sure. It seems to be just an alpha bug. Okay.
Hey there.
So, speak to Curly, and we get our Grey Ram, which we already know. We don't actually have the riding skill for, but that's where we learn the riding skill. For 9 silver, and there we go. We now officially have a mount.
What can I do for you?
Obviously, all different races will get their own mount. I get the Grey Ram because I'm a dwarf. But there we go, nice and simple.
Pleased to meet you.
So this is a cool little thing here. You can do tell me about guilds, tell me about professions, tell me about mailboxes. So it just gives you kind of the lowdown of these different features of WoW, which I think is good, really good for new players. And we're going to move into the quest called What's Your Speciality? And basically, you just got to go speak to your trainer. And as you can see, we are an initiate warrior. So we do, it's giving us a notification, well, a few notifications right now. So we've got the mount one, which is saying drag your mount to your bar. We'll just drag that one randomly. But yeah, essentially we have to go in here and speak to our class trainer. Now, if you haven't seen this whole area, I do have a video on it if you do want to check it out.
What do you need?
But yeah, essentially telling you about your different specialization options, like Arms Warriors do this, Fury Warriors do this, Protection Warriors do this. And then essentially all you have to do is activate one of your specializations. Fairly simple, but as of right now, you can continue to quest without one. Wouldn't advise it, really. Wouldn't advise it.
Speak up. Until next time.
And there we go. So now we have home is where the hearth is. Now it says speak to Megan Tillman to make the Pig and Whistle your home. So we're going to head over to the Pig and Whistle. We can actually mount up now as well, being level 10, which is the first level of riding at 60%. And he will just follow us at this point. I don't know. Yeah, it seems a little bit better that he follows us, but beforehand, very frustrating that he kept stopping. But at least now he'll just kind of run after us like a companion pet. But yeah, we're going to go into the Pig and Whistle. Probably the only people in WoW history to ever use this as a inn.
How are
but
you?
There you go.
See you around.
Now we have a Hearthstone.
Good day to you. See you later.
Okay, so our boy Henry Garrick actually does come running in here and does give you another quest. Now, what this quest is essentially like a breadcrumb quest to bring you into Battle for Azeroth. It says speak to Lindy.
You're a tall one.
He's off. And essentially what it wants you to do is go to an urgent meeting. Now, that meeting is the beginning of Battle for Azeroth, but that's where we're going to leave it. That's where we're going to stop. We're not going to go play through Battle for Azeroth, absolutely not. But as I said, for a new player, that's where you'll go. For existing players, I believe they haven't actually implemented it, but you will go to Chromie, or Chromie will arrive, and you'll be able to pick the different expansion that you want to play from 10 to 50. But that's pretty much it, guys. That is Exiles Reach and the little bit of extra Stormwind bit there for the Alliance. As I said, the Horde one is not currently implemented, but no doubt it will come in soon. They've said that it's basically an exact mirror of the Alliance version, just with obviously Horde races and Horde related stories. But guys, let me know down below what you think of Exiles Reach. I really like it. I think it's a really cool and fun little player experience. Now, you do get the option to play through that, or you can just do your normal leveling experience as well when you make a brand new character. So you don't have to do that, but if you want to play through it at least once, the option is absolutely there. And for allied races, if you're wondering, you do not do Exiles Reach, as you do start at level 10. So before we go, guys, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome, and if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members, and as I said, I am now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to check me out streaming the Shadowlands Alpha every single day, I'm over on Twitch, playing through everything, testing everything, doing everything that we can on the Shadowlands Alpha. So twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.